Hi, welcome to season 2 of the Oceanic Lover, the podcast where love, sex, soul, and collective effervescence meet. I'm Ioanna, your host, and I'm here to guide you through real, raw, and transformative conversations with artists, healers, creatives, entrepreneurs, visionaries. In this season, we're going even deeper into the messy, beautiful truth of intimacy, desire, creativity, and connection. Together, we'll explore not just how we love others, but how we love ourselves. So, if you're ready to be steered, stretched, and inspired, welcome back and let's dive in. Hello! I'm so excited to have Melanie here today. She is a powerhouse of a woman. She is a creative, an artist, she's an actress, a YouTuber, a dancer, a teacher. She does everything. And she has a YouTube channel right now talking about all the ups and downs of the creative life as a woman living in Vancouver and traveling all over the world. She's just like a powerhouse woman, and I'm so excited to have her here in the Oceanic Lover podcast. And I'm really excited for you guys to experience and feel her radiant heart that I'm sure you're gonna enjoy, and she has so much to share. So excited to have you here. Right now, I mean, we were talking before, but right now your life is just so rich with like everything you're doing, like acting, YouTubing, like all this stuff. Can you just tell me how everything started? Like, take us back to where everything started. How did it start for you? Where were you? Just whatever you want to share about your journey of like just beginning. How did you know you wanted to act, dance, and just to be all this creative woman that you are?
Okay. That's way back.
No pressure. No pressure. Go ahead.
But first of all, thank you for having me, by the way. I'm really happy that you're here and we get to connect in person again.
Yes. After a year online. Just take us a little bit of a journey for the viewers, the listeners, to just understand where you're coming from, because I feel like that matters,
Totally. Okay. Well, I feel like I made the choice for myself to pursue my artistry
Right.
after going to college for 3 years. And I changed my degree 3 times in that time. I was very passionate about all my pursuits, but then I realized that it just wasn't the path that was going to make me happiest.
Right.
And I didn't know what I was fully like in it for. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to be an actress and I'm going to dance. And then I'll do whatever else I need to do that to make it happen. Yeah. And then fast forward. So I moved to Vancouver. And in that time, so much has happened. I've had many different jobs, but I've stayed at all of them for a minimum of 5 years. So like I commit myself
Definitely.
to my jobs, but I'm still pursuing the same thing, acting, dancing, and in different ways. And I feel like now I am taking more of the driver's seat.
Right.
And yeah, just pushing the car along.
You said you moved to Vancouver. Where were you before that?
Victoria.
Oh, Victoria. Awesome. So you were born and raised in Canada.
No, I was born in Miami.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
That's why you have a spicy side. And what would you say is like one of the biggest lesson you've learned through your journey right now?
The biggest lesson that I've learned through my journey would be life is short. Being anything but my most authentic self is just cheating myself. And life is a journey. Life is a journey, and if you're going to go through it, you might as well do what you want.
Yeah.
Even if it's scary.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we have to kind of go into this one a little bit just because, we all want to be our authentic selves.
Right.
Like, I don't know anyone that doesn't. So, but there's always things that kind of get in the way. And it feels that right now you're in a very good place where you are, the closest you've been to your authentic self. And we know that's ever changing and ever growing, and that's fine. But what has been your journey to that? Like, what is that journey of getting to your authentic self, and what did you have to kind of navigate on this journey?
Yes. I feel like I had a period in my life where I was traumatized and not trusting.
Okay.
And I just had to ask myself the question of how I wanted to live my life and what my highest self looked like,
Right.
and see where in my current life that wasn't matching. And, you know, those answers came with things that I didn't actually want to do because it was scary.
Yeah.
You know, being honest, being okay with not being liked, with looking stupid, with those are mostly the two things.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
are big.
Yeah.
It's a whole genre on its own, you know.
Yes.
But because I know that a lot of people might be feeling this, but they're like, but how do you get there? And so, did you have a moment that you were just like, you know what, like I have to change. I have to go to therapy. I have to do whatever it is I have to do, but something needs to change.
Yes.
And usually we all have kind of like a breakdown moment
Yes.
to have the breakthrough moment. So people, I feel like I love, that is what I love learning about people. Is like, what was your breakdown moment? And like, how did you break through? Because every single one of us has been there, will be there. So there's kind of a gold to be like, oh, I've been there. Mel went through that and she's okay now. So please tell us. Please tell us what was it? What happened?
I had this moment where this was 3.5 years ago. I had this moment and I came back. I left to go to LA for a couple months and just live there and see what it was like. And I came back. I had no money. I didn't have a job. I had my 2 cats with me and I had no place to live. And I had to figure it out. And I just told myself, like, this is not the life that I want. And the relationships that were in my life at that time was not healthy for me.
Right.
And the biggest relationship was with myself. Like, everyone is a mirror of you.
Definitely.
Your environment, everything is a mirror of you. And I just looked, I had a hard look at myself. And I'm like, these are my qualities.
Yeah.
And I'm not happy with that. And to get more into detail,
Yeah.
it was just, I want to have more authority over my life. I was very dependent, and I feel like I grew up very dependent in ways. Like I was also very independent, but I very much relied emotionally on others, and that was affecting me. You know, worrying about what other people think, needing to be around people 24/7, you know, my relationships, my friendships, and those making like the forefront decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I started going to therapy, and she just, has really helped me like move forward in my life and, you know, get a job that I actually enjoy, believe that I can absolutely do anything, lead me towards people, places, and relationships that serve me and I can also serve in those. Yeah, I would say that was that pivotal moment.
How old were you when that happened?
That means that I was 26.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I believe that, you know, my journey was kind of the same in different ways, but we all have kind of the same arc. And I feel that it was around 26 when I actually started shifting big time. You know, before it was more like, yeah, I'm doing yoga, I'm doing meditation, you know, I'm looking at myself, but I still have so many patterns and conditionings kind of running the show. But then around 25, I was like, oh, like all my relationships are not working. This is not it. And kind of it gets more intense. Like life is throwing you so much more. And you're like, oh, I think I would change something. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess to answer that other question too, I feel like patterns, you ingrain them inside yourself. And a lot of those patterns when you are an adolescent are from the environment.
Yes.
And so that's your programming and that's what you hold on to. And as an adult, you get to make the choice to go out and keep those patterns or shift them or change them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And I just know that for a lot of us that start this journey, it has to do a lot of with intuition. Like you get this gut feeling, you're like, this is not it, because you don't know anything else at the beginning. So it really comes from inside of you, like, oh, I think, like, I feel that I need to change something. And so, like, what is your relationship? Like, how has your relationship with your intuition, like, developed and evolved from, like, earlier on to, like, now?
Now, with my intuition, I had to have those conversations with myself, the hard ones. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know, what's the right jobs for me?
Right.
What's going to make me happy? If I'm going to be here 40 hours a week, 45 hours a week, that's a lot of my time I'm investing. That should go somewhere good, somewhere fulfilling. The places that I go, what time I go to bed, what I eat, what I drink. Then once I formed those beliefs and my morals, then after that I can feel like when something comes to me in my intuition, I'm like, I can trust it because I know what I've decided is good for me, is nourishing, and what is going to take away from my energy negatively. What conversations I want to be a part of, and how I show up. We're talking about intuition, but I'm going to segue into this. Something that I learned recently was how to just my principles on when I meet someone or when I'm in an interaction with someone. How can I show up more authentically and be more of an active participant in that relationship?
That's beautiful.
Because sometimes I feel like I have been passive, and I notice that passiveness comes from traumas where I don't want to be hurt. So then I build these walls, and I'm like, that's one thing that I realized recently. I'm like, that's not fun. That's not what life is about. I could go so much deeper. So yeah.
Yes, and I think that hits like a chord for many people, but especially women. And like this is the perfect way to go into a little bit of like masculine and feminine, and what has been your journey through that? Because just with what you said, I'm like, yes, you want to kind of like soften, drop more into your feminine, like let go of this walls that you had built. And so, like, what has been your journey within that then?
Yeah. Yes, with the independence
Yeah.
came activating my masculine side a lot, taking care of myself, making all of these executive decisions. And I told you before, I had been in relationship to relationship in long-term relationships, and I was never by myself. I didn't know how to be in the world by myself. And so when I finally was like, I'm going to take ownership over my life, this is how I want it to go, making decisions kind of activated the masculine side and put me in this leader place. And it was just harder for me to learn to relax.
Yes, rest.
Yeah, rest.
Yeah. And what helped you to get into that?
Well, Honestly, it was the feminine powerhouse.
Come on, shut up.
Shout out.
Shut up at our house. No,
Seriously.
yeah. Amazing.
It was months later, to be honest,
Yeah.
that I started feeling the effects. But it was having conversations with other feminine people and educating myself on what I was born with.
Yes. Yes.
You know that cycle syncing has played such a huge role in my life, like knowingness
Yes.
of like I'm in my luteal. So I know exactly what I'm going to do now.
Yes.
Instead of wondering and being like,
Yes.
"Oh my gosh, I've had like 5 crash outs today."
Yeah.
I am not okay. I'm mentally like not okay. And I'm like, this is normal. You know this. Like this is going to happen. And you just have to be gentle with yourself, hold yourself, be like it's okay.
Yeah.
But before I would just not know.
Yes.
Um
Yeah, I just want to like drop in and say I'm so passionate about this because it's so simple, but for some reason, I mean, we know the reason. It's society, it's upbringing, it's what has been talked about or not talked about. And I was having a talk again this morning, and I'm like, I cannot believe that it took me 30 years for me to get to 30 years old to learn about what it means to have a feminine body and what cycle syncing is. It took me 30 years. This is insane. And so we all just live a world where we're just reacting. Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, my period is coming. I don't know. My hormones are up or down. We're just reacting to it. It's like, I don't know why I feel like that. There's so much confusion. Where with cycle syncing and just understanding in general, like your body, your mechanism as a woman, feminine, masculine, I'm not one to latch on to those like ideologies and like embodiments, but like everything, feminine, masculine is a tool. And learning to use it can just help you so much in your life, in everything dynamics, power, receiving, rest, relaxation, integration, all these things. But it's insane. And so I want to ask you, can I segue into this now of like, what was your experience with, being a woman and growing up, and kind of what did you have to unlearn or learn for the first time that now you're like, I cannot believe no one told me this?
do we have time? Okay. Oh.
Also because I think so many of the people that follow you are younger women, and I think you probably cover some of this in your YouTube channel, but I think this is also a space where a lot of women are watching, and obviously like the Oceanic Lover, Sexual Love, this is like the brand as well. So it's just an important topic to also share the fact that, we actually didn't know anything for so long, and it's okay. At the same time, let's talk about it. If your mom hasn't talked about it, if your family never talked about it, there's still women out there that they can support you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I learned that women are ladylike and proper.
Yeah.
And, you know, I also just wanted to be married and in a relationship.
Yeah.
I didn't know that that there was a world of existing without like partnership with a man.
Right.
And learning how to just not seek validation from men. I honestly didn't realize for a long time that was what I might have been doing
Of course.
in the first place, because I was also seeking validation from women too. But I didn't know until I undid things, like simple things like now I rarely wear makeup. And I'm starting to love that beauty in myself. But in social media, like these women are absolutely gorgeous, but everything is done, and there's that pressure to that's like beautiful, like that's the standard of beauty. that's a lot of pressure on a young woman
Yeah.
to look a certain way when you haven't even fully developed yet. You're experiencing your periods and just emotions and hormones for the first time, and you're stressed about, your hair has to be this way, like this is beautiful, your skin, this type of body, this type of makeup trend, you have to be snatched all the
Yeah.
time. That was something to unlearn.
Yes.
Big thing is just catering to other people's feelings. One really valuable thing that I learned in Feminine Powerhouse was when you were talking about the chaotic side, because I've always felt chaotic or combative or confrontational, which I am. But I felt that's wrong and that's very masculine.
Right.
No.
It's fire.
Yes, it's just fire, and I'm allowed to have an opinion.
For sure.
And I'm allowed to say it and not feel wrong for it. That was a big one. Now I just say how I feel very simply and point blank. And it just, it makes me sit so much more into my feminine, I feel. I feel like that really aligns with me.
Yes, yes, 1000%. I think it's really about just having this like strong spine and open heart. And of course, it's very challenging to do. It's very simple, but it's very challenging to do because the world is constantly trying to close your heart and like build walls. And to have the tenacity or the audacity to be like, no, I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna love like I've never been hurt kind of thing. And I'm going to open up my heart and choose that for myself. It's for myself first. And because I love sharing that with the world. And so sharing me with the world. And it's just so beautiful to understand also that there's so many flavors of women and the feminine. And being opinionated and having fire is just a flavor of the feminine, right? And there are other women that are way more chill and calm, and that's okay too. Like originality and authenticity in who you are is the point, and that is what makes you like so uniquely you. So yeah, I'm excited for you. I want to kind of segue, which also not because it kind of landed there. So are you single in a relationship? People need to know. Are you dating right now? Are you navigating? And you're gonna see where I'm going with this because I think people will need some help with this one. But are you single or are you in a relationship? Or do you want to not disclose? That's also good.
I am single.
Okay.
I am dating.
And now my next question is, so most women, I hear this a lot, the dating apps.
Yes.
And everyone hating the dating apps. I don't want to go on the dating apps. Hey, the dating apps are shallow, this. And I get it. I completely get it. At the same time, as a powerhouse woman, mature woman, you understand that you make your own reality. And you understand that you, like, everything mirrors you.
Yes.
And so, with that in mind, and also understanding that whatever your resistance is, that's probably where you should go. And for me, what I tell a lot of the women in my programs, they are like, I don't want to do dating apps. I'm like, you don't have to meet your man from the dating app, but opening yourself to the possibility of meeting more people, because for better or worse, dating apps are becoming more of a thing because everyone is online. And this is just only gonna get more online.
Yes.
So I know, I'm not sure that you had resistance before, but I know now that you have a very open-minded way of dealing with the dating apps, and I think people will love to hear that.
Yeah. No, my thought process and just my process with dating has completely changed this year. I was apprehensive about dating apps, and I had never like properly been on one. And so I signed up for Bumble for a month earlier in the spring. And I guess why I was apprehensive was because I I just felt nervous putting myself out there like that. But once I did it, I was like, this is actually really fun. And it feels so nice to be in a community of people who genuinely want to find a relationship. Maybe not.
Yes, some of them not,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Yeah, but the people who put, an intentional profile, it just felt so validating to see that there were other people, other men who actually wanted to date someone. I did that for a month, and then I was on another app called Raya, and that one did not align with me, but it was a good place it's good to always be open and
Yes.
seeing what's out there.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think I love that. And how was your experience of making it intentional?
Yes, my profile was very intentional. I did it with my friend Karina.
Shout out.
Shout out. We spent the evening, picking the prompts, what my interests were, what my photos were, and I wrote a very intentional bio. And just to say, with Braya, you also have the option to write an intentional bio, and there's 500 characters. I wrote 477 out of the 500 characters. I wrote a very intentional bio
Yes.
with jokes, of course, and sassiness, and nobody had a bio. It would be like 2 emojis. So that's why it didn't align with me. I didn't see like who was out there, whereas Bumble it was. And also, I think men know that that's what's going to catch women's eye is a good bio.
Right. We want to know.
Yeah, we
We
wanna
don't want
know.
to waste our time.
Yes.
We're not wasting time. We're going to meet.
Exactly, exactly.
Amazing. And I know that you're super busy right now. You literally came from stage last night. And so how are you navigating this relationship and at the same time like remaining open to dating and fully going in with your creativity and yourself and your self-love and your like career essentially? Like how do you balance that out and what does that look for you?
I go for what I want in my career and in my artistry fully. I am going to do that and I'm going to continue to do that. And someone who is for me and is meant for me is going to come my way and I'm not going to miss that moment, hopefully.
Yes.
And if we're supposed to be together, I always make more time for that person. But I'm not waiting.
Yes.
And I also I just don't date people I don't really want to date.
Yes. What's a piece of advice about relationships that really switched your perspective?
Well, I want to have children.
Yes.
And there is that possibility of, when you have children, now you are committed to this being and raising them for their whole life.
Yes.
So I need to pick a partner that I feel would be a good partner for life with that child. And that's a non-negotiable for me. Is obviously I can't control what happens, but I absolutely want my child to have 2 parents, active parents in their life. And so when I'm choosing a partner, I'm not just choosing my husband,
Yes.
but I'm also choosing the co-parent of my child. I hope it never leads to us breaking up, but if we did, am I going to be happy with this person? Like we're committed to that. So it has to be a kind,
Yes.
gentle person.
I call them sexy, good-hearted men.
Yes.
Because like I think what it comes down is that it really comes down to a man having a good heart. Because when a man has a good heart, then he's willing to stay and he's willing to grow. Because unless he's connected to his heart, he will not care. he will be too latched on his ego
Yeah.
to care, to change. It will always be about, criticizing him or something. He'll always take it personal. Whereas like a man that has a good heart, like he's always here to want to grow with you, to want to, be involved, committed, stay, go through the challenges. And that is really what I think most women want. But they cannot speak it. They don't know how to say it. And I'm like, you just need a man that has a good heart. And you're gonna fall in love with his heart. And I think when we're young, we just are so unaware of what really matters. And we're like, oh, we want to hot this guy. We want the unavailable, the toxic, whatever. We're like, thank God you're getting older because this is not the one. But I also love that you say that you want kids because a lot of women nowadays are also not speaking their desire of, I want marriage, I want a man, I want kids, because they believe that if they say that they want a man, you're like, oh, you're not happy on your own. You're not independent enough. You think you need a man. You don't need a man. It's like, no one said I need a man. I said I want a man. There is a difference.
Yes.
And I think it's really important, especially with all this men hate online, that everyone is like, oh, men this, men that, men that. I'm just like, no. I don't want to be a part of that reality.
Yeah.
And I want to create a different reality. And my reality, a lot of men are freaking amazing and supportive. And so just speaking to that of like, no, I want a man in my life because men are amazing. And that is kind of like, she said men are amazing. How dare she? And I feel like a lot of women in my spaces too, I think we really go there. We heal our daddy issues and our man issues and just realize that we love them.
Yes.
Because
we need them.
we need them. And just even speaking that, I think is so empowering. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. I mean, there are so many good men around. They're in my bloodline. They are in my circle. And yeah, it is hard. I do feel like social media has really, affected our mental on just men and women coexisting together. There's just a lot of information out there of other people's experiences.
Yes.
And now there's this narrative. Obviously, people have done things that they shouldn't do.
Of course.
But we are humans. We were put on this earth to coexist. We don't thrive in solidarity.
No.
We thrive by community.
Yes.
And we play different roles. We can be really strong females and show up in this way fully.
Yes.
And that invites someone else. Like in different countries, it's more common for females to be leaders and lead the family, but the man still plays a role.
Of course.
So
I love that.
yeah, I I think I already told you this, but like when I'm looking for, or when I have my eyes peeled and I'm actively looking, or I'm just connected and I'm like, oh, there's something going on here. I'm just looking for the person who I feel is the most husband material. It's not always like the way it's not the way they look ever. It's their essence. And I can feel it in a crowd of people. Like I can feel it just by looking around. I'm like, okay, there's an energy here somewhere. And I'm like, oh, maybe they end up being married or whatever, but that's just a sign that I'm looking in the right direction.
Yes, I love that.
And they exist.
Yes.
They
do exist. I love that. Because like, where you have a good man,
Yes.
they're here.
Yes.
You just have to open your eyes.
Yes.
And decondition yourself about what they look like.
Yes.
Awesome. And as a dancer and actress and a woman, you just have such a good connection with your body. And like, how has the relationship with your body shifted over the years?
We have gone through so many lifetimes together. One of the things that I'm most proud of with my body is the way that I looked at my body before was not through feminine eyes always. Just even like the gaze, like, you know, a female photographer and a male photographer will look differently through the lens. And I started to see it through a female lens. And what I felt was that I was most happy in my body. And, you know, because of cycle syncing, now I'm aware of what my body goes through every month and every day and what it looks like in every phase. And I've learned to love myself through those, you know, talk about the serious conversations. Like, for example, I used to serve for nearly 10 years. So I was on my feet all the time. I had no issue with eating whatever I wanted. Like, I could eat like a whole half a dozen donuts and I'd be like, 6-pack.
Yes.
Still dancing every day, you know, all that. And now I work in a chair at my desk for many hours a day. And my body has shifted. And I just have learned that no, this is still so much more worth it to me than doing something that I am no longer,
Yes.
you know, called to do.
Yes.
And that beauty comes in so many different ways. And I'm strong as hell. So that's another thing, is that I've learned to enjoy being strong rather than making my body look a certain type of way.
Yes, 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 yes.
I've loved my body in all those stages. I definitely don't hate having a 6-pack.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm like, what is important to me? You know, if I get a 6-pack through being so strong, that's amazing. But that's not my goal anymore.
I love that so much. And I resonate a lot because, yeah, it's all about what you look like in the beginning. And now it's all about being strong. Like, I feel that even for myself, I'm like, I just want to have a healthy body, a functional, able body that will keep me going. And I can hike and I can run and I can do all these things with my friends. And it's all about health, essentially, instead of, ooh, I want to look this way, that way, the other way. And it's like, and I think once you start healing your body relationship, you just start seeing so much beauty in other women in all kinds of shapes and types. And you're like, there's literally beauty in every single body. And once you realize that, then like you come to your body with so much more love as well. And you're like, sorry for everything I've told you and made you feel like not enough.
Absolutely. I mean, when we were young and teenagers, I feel like the fad was being skinny.
Yes.
And that was like the forefront of my teenage years, was, you know, that being skinny. I wasn't like super skinny or anything, but, you know, that was a thing. Now I feel like when I look at women's bodies, we are incredible. Like, we go through this shift every month. We
Yes.
have babies.
Yes.
And like, we carry a whole human inside of us. And then we go back to taking over the world.
Yes.
It's insane.
It is.
So now I just have so much more respect for myself, you know, not putting that pressure on myself, and just seeing other people, other women, and just being like, we are seriously amazing. Like, at my gym, whenever we push heavy on leg day, I'm like, what are we training for? Like, we could literally be in the army.
Yes, that's amazing.
Like, we push double our body weight.
That's amazing. It's like, we got this, let's go. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Segue. What, I mean, I know that you're passionate about this too, but again, there's so many young women and not young women that are watching this, that I want you to kind of share wisdom that you would think is important about women knowing something about their sexuality and their sex. Like maybe something that you didn't know growing up that you you wished to pass that down to other women.
That your sexuality is your birthright. And if there is one thing that you should feel good about, or like I want you to feel good about, is your sexuality.
Yeah.
That can be so liberating. Whether that comes in a form of your identity, your pleasures, the way you connect, that like my sexuality opens up a portal of, and it doesn't, sexuality doesn't necessarily mean sex, the physical act of sex.
Yes.
It can also mean just the trigger to something, to a message. But I guess to answer your question, honestly, my sexuality is just very liberating. I feel it through in non like actual like sexual acts. Like I feel it through dance a lot because I'm moving my body so much. And when I move my body, I'm very connected to self. And when I'm connected to self, I'm connected to my sexuality. And my sexuality is not always super feminine. Sometimes I want to let my masculine side, instinctively go.
Yes.
And I can segue through both. Also like my I don't know the word, not judgment, but like my intuition for certain situations, because I'm connected to my sexuality, I don't have to second guess what is happening in the moment. If that person is right for me or if they are very much wrong for me. Whether they're trying to take advantage of me or something that's like good for me,
Yes.
because the intention is there, because I know for me what that means to me. So I don't need to wonder what, I'm so sure that this was your intention and yes or no.
I love that. And I think that comes with so much practice of like trusting your intuition again and again and like strengthening to the point it's like we don't have a discussion. Like I trust fully.
Yes.
And that's such a beautiful place to be.
Ladies, like, don't waste your time.
Yes.
Like, don't beat around the bush to please whoever, maybe it's your parents, your family, or yourself, the shallower version of yourself. Just say what you really want. And I know that's really hard to do, but for me, that works best on pen and paper. I always am revisiting what I want, what my goals are, what I want to do, because it just keeps confirming with myself that this is what I want. And I can change it up, and I can grow and be like, okay, like maybe it's a little bit different, or maybe you're already with a partner and you reintroduce or introduce something new that you want in that in your life and in your relationship. But being so clear about what you want really pushes away the things that are not meant for you, not that, and essentially just like taking you away from the golden star.
Exactly.
We all have that gold star that we're going towards because that's what we were meant to do. It's just, do you want that many detours?
Yeah. No. Less detours, please. Thank you. Exactly. And that it's challenging. It's challenging to do because there's so many like, oh, look at me. And it's like, no, I'm going there. Yes. What are you most excited about your life right now? Can be a project, can be just like life, or just what are you most excited about right now?
I am most excited about, I'm excited about a couple things. One is that I am starting to teach again. So I'm very much, teaching in a heel, teaching confidence, self-love. I just want my environment to be a place where you can live your best life and be your most authentic self in a safe space. Just like, I want you to feel like that bitch all the time.
Yes.
So we're going to get there, but we're just going to do it through dance.
Which is the best way.
It's the best way. Like,
Highest maybe, but
yeah, you're never going to regret going to a dance class.
never. What would you say to someone on the fence or like interested in healing, in the healing journey, whether it's like hypnotherapy, like Feminine Powerhouse, or like anything in the Alma Virtual Studio? What would you say to someone that's on the fence?
I would say it's scarier to stay the same and be in the same spot. If you're even considering it, that means that the portal is open. You can choose to make it easier by continuing on or blocking yourself from that blessing.
That's so true. It's so true. And that comes in every level. In every level, there's something that wants us to stretch us to that thing that we say that we want. But we're just like, I want this, but no, I'm not gonna change it. I want to do this. I want this, but no, I'm not. I can't. And the money, this, that. And it's like, you have to stretch your capacity, and you do that, yes, safely enough so that your nervous system is not on fire, but at the same time it has to be uncomfortable, and waiting for the perfect moment is just never going to happen. And I know this from myself, I know this from all my clients. There's never the right moment to join something that you have 10K laying around, 20K, like 3K laying around. You just have to believe that you're going to become this woman already. And it just, you just have to go all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And life isn't, you don't have every answer. You never do. So you just have to go for it.
And just trust the unknown, which
Yes.
is another whole other practice of
Yes.
its own.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so when you hear the words Oceanic Lover, what does that bring up inside your body?
Well, I'm a Scorpio, so I am a water sign. The ocean is a place where I feel so connected to. I'm in the ocean literally here, Third Beach, Wreck Beach, Sunset, wherever, swimming all the time. But the ocean to me means calm. It also means chaos underneath. There's a whole world that's not, it's not as touched as, above ground. And so there's like that mystery in there. And there's so much to find. Like once you go deep and you'll find like this piranha, and then you'll go like 500 feet deeper and you'll find this fish that is lit up literally by like bioluminescent like hook
Literally.
thing. And I feel like that's the perfect example of what healing with you is like, because you go to what you think is the depths of the sea, and then you're like, I just opened a whole can of worms that I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
That's, Oceanic Lover. Like when I think about that and when I see your podcast and like your picture, that's what I think. I'm like, we're about to go deep.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And we love going deep. Okay, last one. If you could just, leave our listeners with something that you want to tell them about you, about sex, about love, about soul, about artistic creativity, like maybe is something, a practice you do that you love and you swear by it, or if it's just an idea or a philosophy or a wisdom, what is it, something that you want to be like, this is it?
We all have this power inside of us. And the world needs us. The world right now needs us more than ever to be authentic, to show up, to advocate for what you believe in. And in order to do all of these things, it really comes from you and that message that you send from deep inside you and your beliefs. And so connect to that. And I feel like once you connect to that, then you're proud of that. And then you start sharing that. And when you share that to one person, that person is gonna share that to two people and more people and more people. And it's just a butterfly effect of your essence. And you have that essence in you. So I know it's scary, but just be brave and trust that it's all going to be okay. And it might even work out 10 times better than you ever imagined.
Yes. And I feel that this is a reminder for every day.
Yeah.
Just for we all need to hear that no matter where we are in our journey, because we're just human. And even people doing so much work and masters, we cannot see ourselves. And so having a place where we are, we matter. You matter. Every single person matters. Every single person has something to offer. And connecting to that, it just so your life becomes so fulfilling. Like you feel so much love for yourself, and then you're spreading this love, and it's just like a bubble of love. And exactly what you said, we just need this so much. We're going through great transitions right now, and chaos, and AI, and politics, and whatever, and there's so much fear. And so every person that lights up with their inner love is literally like a light that then gets to spread. And we absolutely need every single person. So thank you for doing this. Thank you for being the one person like this, that you've done the work. Because to be honest, it is not, once you start doing the work, it never stops. And so you become a warrior of light, literally. Like you become a warrior because you have to go through the depths. You have to face your fears. You have to go against your resistances, all your conditioning, everything you believe to be true is shattering. And so it's like the Matrix, red pill, blue pill. It's like once you get the red pill, you cannot unsee it. So are you sure you want to see?
Yeah.
And
I feel like also in the world, like there is space for all of us to exist. That is one thing for women, especially. We are here to take space. And if you think about the world, I think about it as like we're all a light and there's space for all of us to be a light bulb. If you decide to not shine your light, it just is taking away from the world.
Exactly.
We need you. Like you actually have a role. You have a responsibility after being born to shine your brightest and leave your legacy here. Like we need you.
Yes. And so I think we can finish with that, with like, we need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you. We need you.
You get a book and you get a book. Thank you so much for joining me for this conversation. I love you, and I appreciate you. You've been with me since the beginning and forever and beyond. So I also am super excited to see your YouTube journey. I follow. I watch you all the time. Like, yes, girl, you tell them.
Follow It's Mel Chan, subscribe.
Follow. I'm gonna put all the links and stuff under the whatever notes are there. But thank you for coming, and I'm sure I'm gonna see you soon. I'm gonna maybe see you at the retreat in Greece. Maybe I'm gonna see you at
Indonesia?
here. Yeah, Indonesia, Bali. Love you. Thank you for coming.
Love you. Thank you. That was so good.
Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Oceanic Lover. I hope today's conversation opened something in you, whether it was a new perspective, a deeper longing, or a reminder of your own power. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone you love, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of season 2, 3, 4, and more to come. You can always find me on Instagram if you want to keep the conversation flowing at Alma Virtual Studio. And if you're ready to go deeper, to explore love, intimacy, and soul, not just in your mind, but in your body and your life, I invite you into Alma Virtual Studio, my space for mentorship, programs, and retreats. It's where we take these conversations even further and where you can discover all the ways to work with me. Remember, sex, love, soul are not separate. They're the current running through everything. Until next time, keep loving like the ocean, vast, fearless, and infinite.